Welcome to the Business Growth Spotlight, where we shine the light and talk with business leaders from all over the world to share their insights and expertise so we can all grow together. I'm your host, Heidi, and the co-founder and co-creator of the Spotlight to Scale Accelerator, where we help businesses drive revenue by making sure they're seen as the go-to expert and authority in their industry versus just another product or service. And today, we're coming to you from Miami, which is my birthplace. So I'm really excited to be talking with my guest today because he's based out of Miami. And so welcome, Yotis Tonellier. He's a managing partner with Yobe Ventures. Welcome, Yotis, to the podcast.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Heidi. How are you today?
I am fantastic, and I'm really excited to be talking to you. We're talking about financing, right? Venture capitalism, and things like that. So I'm excited to dive into this conversation because I know it's very well needed. The information is very well needed for businesses out there. So, Yotis, can you kick us off and tell us a little bit about you, your company that you're managing partner with, and what your role is inside of it?
Of course, of course. So, born in Belgium, moved to Miami almost 11 years ago now. Um, I always work in the tech industries, different role. So first in Europe, a couple of years before moving to Miami, and then I did two successful exits. One as a CFO in the fintech, then another one as a CEO, but in plastic services. It was a credit repair business. And then I founded Yobe Ventures. So with Yobe Ventures, we are really focused on investing from seed to Series A. So we're looking for business that have minimum 1 million in revenue, annual revenue. Why we're doing that is because we need to see a post product market fit. So we really need businesses that already find their customer and ready to grow. So 1 million revenue, seed to Series A. We like founders that already have a positive exit before. That's something that we have seen in our data that are more successful for an investment. And we don't have a limitation in the industry. I mean, tech industry, we don't touch crypto project and we don't touch cannabis project. But we like blockchain, we like AI. If you look to our portfolio, and as well, we are international. So US, Europe, Latin America. That's the deal we are looking for. If you check our portfolio, it's 85% American and 15% international. And we are also advisor. So we support, early stage advisor, early stage company that are really looking to raise funds. So really focus on capital raising is just because in the market there is no benchmark company that's doing that. So we're really trying to help our founders on the capital raising.
So what do investors look for? So if somebody's sitting at that level that you had just shared a bit that you help them with, what do investors look for before deciding to invest in a company?
So first, you have different kind of investor because it depends always with the project. For example, if you are really, pre-revenue and you're looking to raise fund, you are more going to focus on angel investor. Okay, you are going to focus on angel investor, and you are going to focus on VC that are specialized in those, stages. And so these are already two different profiles. So when you are going to reach out, for example, you are going to find this investor, you need to make sure they invest on your stage, on your localization, because there is people that invest in Europe and don't invest in US. So all that is part of the process when you outreach. And after that, it depends also of the profile of the investor. But right now in the market is really about when you are early. Again, it depends if you're early or you have revenue. When you are early, it's really about what you have done before. What is the quality of your deck? What is the quality of your financial? I can tell you that, I'm receiving, I think, 10 to 15 deck a day. And directly when I open the deck, I know already the quality of the founders. I can see the quality and the details. What is the value of the founders? So that's really the first advice is really make sure you look professional. Everything is done professional.
So you want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward for sure from the beginning.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So what are some of the common mistakes that founders, CEOs, they're making when pitching to investors, and how can they avoid them?
So the first mistake, they're trying by email in their copywriting, they're trying to sell the company. Okay. And you don't do that. It is not working. What you need to focus on is this email is really getting you interest and getting you a meeting with this VC. Okay. VC or angel investor. Again, you need to adapt your copywriting depending of, you know, who you are contacting.
Okay.
And so there is a lot of mistake on that. They send, everything that the company does is not working. That's the first mistake. Second mistake, they don't attach or they don't give the deck directly. If you're already lucky that a VC or an investor open your email, you need to have all the information there. So really get attention with your copywriting, and after that, put your deck, because when they click on it, they are going to be spending a little bit of time on your deck. So that's what you want, and then they are going to take a meeting with you. So that's really the two mistakes that I really see that make a big difference. And of course, again, need to be prepared, need to have a professional deck with the right slide to it. And this you can even finding online. I mean, if you look now, you have the technology. If you look online, you can even have older deck that works pretty well, and you don't need an advisor to do that. You can even do it by yourself. Just make it the time and the research.
What should be included in that deck?
So after that, you have the classic structure. What is the problem that you are in this industry? You are the one that solved the problem. Okay, so that's really the two slide, the main idea behind it. And after that, it depends what you have done, what is the team, what it's going to happen. Again, every deck is different based on your stage, because you
Right.
need to work on your strengths. If you already have revenue, that's where you have a slide that show your growth and show your revenue. If you don't have revenue, it's just a projection slide, because you have nothing confirmed. If you have client and you have big name, you use the big name because you're trying to show your credibility and what you already have done. If you are a young founder, it's more complicated. So you need to adapt another strategy. But the more important, you are there, you're solving a problem. What is the problem? What is the style of the industry? What you are going to do in money? That's the classic slide you need to have in the deck.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I also wanted to think, I love what you said about, you don't step into an email, send an email selling your company right off the bat. So, and that just seems across the board what I'm hearing and what the world's moved into, whether you're messaging something on somebody on social media, or you're sending an email about wanting to build this, connect with someone. We don't lead with selling, right? We don't tell somebody how great we are and what our services are and we literally want to start building that relationship. So I really love that you shared that, because I think it's important. And it doesn't seem to matter what industry or your business in, that is blanket across the board. So Yotis, how do you see AI and emerging technologies reshaping business strategy and investment decisions?
I mean, that's a game changer. I think in every industry, that's a game changer. We can see that. I think there is a lot of people thinking that AI is going to do everything from themselves, and that's not true. It's like when we got the vibe with the SaaS solution. At the end of the day, you still need to know how to use it and how to put it inside a company to help your growth. But that's a big difference. We can see a lot of AI company doing big raise or big revenue, and they are like 10, 20 in the company or 30 in the company, doing like even billion of dollar. I saw lists of them recently from a friend, and it was really, really funny to see that. But yes, it's even us on what we do. We are putting budget on the AI and all we can, not erase everything we are doing, but more taking AI and be more have more performance. That's what
Right.
AI is, and that's really really interesting. So it's a big changer, and I think people now need to spend time on it, even if it's taking time to. It's not going to one AI solution and my company is going 10x. It's not going to do. You need to put time. It's like when you're putting a CRM and you start, implementing that. You need to spend time and understand based on your operation, on your market, what can I do? What AI can I put inside my process to
Right.
grow and help that? Yeah.
Yeah, just like any technology, whether it's a, organizational system like a CRM or, way of booking system or whatever you're using to help you best become more efficient, right? And just like you said, productive. It's all about efficiency and
Yeah.
productivity. AI will help you and support you in that. And it's up to you and your responsibility to learn how to make that most work for you most efficiently to help you become more efficient and productive and take away some of those tedious tasks because it's not going to Yotis, it's not replacing you, Pete, right? It's not replacing the value that you bring to companies or the product or service that you can provide to them, which is the VC services. But it's helping you in the back end become more efficient and maybe take away some of those
Of
tasks that you
course.
don't need to be spending time doing. Right. But
Yeah.
again, you got to learn how to utilize it properly. Right.
No, no, no. And I completely agree with you. And that's sometimes, people that doing the mistake for, I can give a classic example. I'm using a lot, ChatGPT because for my research and stuff like that, it takes me maybe an hour before doing that. Then now I do it in 5 minutes. I'm saving 55 minutes. So of course, when you duplicate, um, that's a big, 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 gain for you. So it's not replacing you but more helping you to get better. It's like have the suit of Iron Man. It's the same. At the end of the day, there is still a human in the suit, but you have all this technology around that help you, doing crazy stuff.
That is such a good analogy, the Iron Man analogy. I love that. I'm going to
Yeah,
use that going forward if you don't mind. I think that's fantastic.
you can do it.
Yeah, I've never heard that before, and I think it's perfect. And you're right. And AI is learning you. It's important too that AI is learning you so that you've got to spend the time allowing it to learn what your needs are, so it can most efficiently serve you as well. So you're saving 50 minutes or 55 minutes of your time on doing something that you would, you're getting your sleep time. We're getting our sleep time back, Yotis.
Yeah,
It's allowing
exactly.
us. So, what industries do you see as the most promising for business owners and investors in the next 5 to 10 years?
That's a good question because it depends on which side. So are you asking that as, for example, someone that want to create a business, someone that want to invest in a business? That will be my question. Which one? Which one? Because it's different. Because, for example, let's say I'm going to say the investor,
Hmm.
and when you are a VC, you are inside group of investor and also group of individual that invest a lot, and so it's very interesting. For example, with AI, I have friends that specialize in a lot of investors doing that. They buy simple business like cleaning, lavatory cleaning stuff, and after that they use AI, the technology. They put on the business and they buy multiple business. Okay, but just buying that from someone that maybe owned the business for 30 years and doesn't have this tech background, they're just like doing 4x or 5 times on their money
Hmm.
just because they use AI to invest. And you can do
Right.
that on a lot of businesses. So that's on the investor side. On the founder side, I think the AI is really the next movement. I mean, it's the same wave that we got with the SaaS solution. That's globally the SaaS solution just getting better. And now you have all these SaaS company putting AI because that's get them better, and you have AI solutions. So AI for sure. Um, and after that, you have all the market that going to be still there for the next, 5 to 10 years. I think blockchain is a young market, and that's why we are really, taking our time when we made an investment in blockchain. But I think there is a future there. It's just that you need more time to really separate because when you have a new market, every young entrepreneur they try to go in, and open a company in this market. And so you have a lot of company that failed, and that's
Right.
why happen with young market. After a couple of years, you have really the one that want to make money and have profit on those market that emerge, and so it's getting better and better. And that's what we have seen also so far with AI. A lot of company raising, and after that starting to die, but and other that's really performing. So
Right.
I will say that.
So that leads me to a question. Would you say it's better if when there's a new market, would it be better for an entrepreneur, somebody who wants to jump into that market to wait? Or could they be missing the boat if they waited a couple years to see where it's going so they don't become part of that group that might fail? They can kind of learn from what's worked and what hasn't worked and then jump in. Do you have
No,
any
I
opinion
think
on that?
yes, I think they should jump, because when there is a new market, and a new market that get really intention from the public and financially, like AI, there is more. It's funny that VC are more willing to make mistake, and so there is more money on those markets.
Okay.
So after that, it depends if you are serious or not. But if you are serious, it will be easier to raise at that timing in this market than waiting 3, 4 years. Um, and it will be more difficult. Like now, it's easier to raise if you are in the AI market than if you are in the SaaS market. It's more,
Right.
it's a different vibe, because the market is already, it's already there for so many years that you can check the data, so they can compare from a SaaS company to another. So the valuation is less crazy, because of course you have more, the VC has more data on that market. That AI, because it's the new market, is more allocating. We don't know yet, so they don't want to miss the right company.
Totally get it. Thank you for sharing that because I was very curious about that, and I'm sure other people were as well. So, Yotis, can we switch gears a little bit and talk about growth, business growth,
Yeah,
specifically your business and what you've seen over the years since you've launched? Can you share with us some challenges that you faced as in the growth of Yobi, and how did you overcome them?
I think the biggest challenge we had was really the value proposition on our advising side, because on the investment side is really really easy. Usually we are even getting a board seat or board vote as well. So we are a VC that are really involved, and if you talk to all our portfolio company, they will tell you that. But after we are involved in the good way, if they don't want us involved, it's not a problem. It's They are still the boss. We are the investor, because we trust the market, and we trust them. We are really founder oriented. So we are really close to all our founders.
Mm,
And so for us, it was not that problem. The problem was the value proposition on the advising side. What because sometimes young founder and stuff like that, because on the advising side, the capital market, let's say, if I can say that, capital raising 99% is, I'm sorry to say that, but it's not great. It's marketing company that try to sell their services. They don't know what they do. They outreach thousands of emails, and that's not the way that it works or can be works. And we know, because we are on this market for so many years, and we invest for so many years. And you have also fake people saying, hey, we can raise million for you and stuff like that. The truth is, and that's a great for your podcast and the listener. If someone guarantee you he can raise for you, never work with him. Never. That's a lie. That means this person doesn't know what he's doing. It's a
mm,
lie. So when you see a website or someone guarantee that he can raise for you, or even publicity, that's a lie. It's a scam. Because in this market, nobody can guarantee that.
right.
Because even if you have the best deck, if you have the best financial, at the end of the day, if you structure everything well, and you have the leads, the access to the investor, this is the founder that closed the deal. That's the quality of the founder and the quality of the company. So you cannot guarantee anything because you as an advisor or you don't control that. You
Right.
can check that, you can improve that, but at the end you don't control that. So you cannot control at the end. You can do everything you can do to add more chance for them to close, but you cannot guarantee any close. And that's really so on the issue we have been through was really the value proposition for for the founders, and now we are really well positioned with the founder, and the most important, we are bootstrapped. We never spend $1 in marketing, never, because that's not our main business. Our main is investor. We help founder what they want, but if they want it, but we don't outreach for our services. And so it's really funny because now we're getting so much traction from there because other founders talk with other founders and they know what we are capable to do. And so that's where we have been more successful now. So it's paying back.
Yeah. And that's a good point that you made. Like I would have never known that. People don't you if somebody guarantees you something, then you need to run as far as in this space, because again,
Yeah,
it's not, they don't
yeah,
have control over that. It's out of their hands at that point. Like they can bring you all can bring them the investors, but at the end of the day, it's up to them to create that relationship and move them to the next step. And that's out of your hands. You're out of that
yeah.
point. So
You
you
can
can,
advise them, but at the end of the day, you never know. And what we have seen so far, the market is changing so fast. So
yeah.
sometimes, it's like with crypto, and blockchain. 3 months, it's super hot because the Bitcoin is going up and everything is going up, and the markets react very well. So we can see the allocation going there, and after that, it's going down. Everybody stop. So you cannot control that. It's impossible. So
Yeah. Perfect.
yeah.
So, Yotis, you mentioned you don't spend any money marketing. You don't do marketing outside, reach out. So how do people find you? How do you get in front of the founders and the companies that you work with?
We are getting invited in event to be a speaker and or podcast. So that's where we're getting. We are also member and group of VC and other deal flow or incubator. So we receive flow from there. And so it's really after that, our founder that talk with other founders and say, hey, we work with them as advisor. They are great, and so we receive from more this way of potential. I mean, if I can call that potential client, but it's more founders that contact us. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So if I could give you a magic wand, Yotis, and slide it through this Zoom call and say if there's one thing that you could wave the magic wand on and go poof, like one issue or challenge that you're having right now, or Yobi's having right now, what would that be and why? That you could just make disappear?
That's a great question because there is so many, as you know, when you are when you are a founder managing partners. Um, What will be the magic? Wow, that's a great question. Which one I'm going to choose? I don't know. I don't know which one I'm going to choose. I
What
don't
are
know.
some
That's
then? So what are some that you'd want to like poof make
no, but
disappear?
I think if I have one in magic and to release, but you know what? It's funny because why I cannot respond to this question is because I learn in every every wall that we are against, we're getting better. And
Yeah.
so I don't want to erase one, say, oh, I want to erase, I don't know, the communication one or stuff like that. But the one that in communication helped me so much to be better with the team. We always asking the founders, hey guys, how do you feel? Or we can get better. We had founders say, hey, we don't like the communication. Oh, okay, you don't like the communication. Let's try to get better. Let's take all our process and make it better. And so that's why I like this program. With so many years, I was, when you face problem or situation, now I call them situation because there is always solution to problems.
Right.
So I call them situation. You stress, said, oh, that's a problem. But at the end of the day, just facing the situation and telling you I'm going to find a solution, and after that, I'm going to get better. Allow you to go so much faster, and you are more more calm. So that's really how I face problems. So I will not choose your magic ends. I'm
You don't
going
want the magic
to keep
wand.
the problem.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I'm going
Okay.
to keep my problem and just getting better, fixing them. Yes.
Yeah, you learn from them.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. So one last question for you, Yotis. What if we could revisit this conversation? We can come back in a year from now, and
Mhm.
you've supported your communication, and that's grown and gotten better, and along with other things. What would success look like for you and Yobi?
Right now we are raising our new fund that is a 20 million fund. We have already 10 million committed.
Mm.
So I think the success will be to have well invested that fund and working on a new one, and as well on the advising side, doing more bigger rounds. So right now we are the biggest we did was a Series A, 10 million Series A when we help the founder. We invest as well, so we were advisor and investor. We do that a lot.
Mm.
And yeah, I would like to do a bigger one, Series B, Series C, and go. I think we are going to switch and have an investment banker because I have a couple of license with FINRA, but to be investment banker you need more license. So going to pass more license, and I think we might have a Yobe Ventures investment banker or something like that to be able to do a bigger race. So yeah.
Nice,
That's the
awesome.
target.
I'm excited for you for that. So, Yobi, can you share with us for our listeners how they can reach out to you and connect with you?
Yeah, very very simple. They can connect with me with my direct email. It's yotis@yobeventures.com. There is our website. We are, on LinkedIn. I am on LinkedIn, but I prefer emails. It's easier to keep track on everything. But I check, LinkedIn message. Direct email. I respond to my email, of course, always. So that's the best way to reach us.
Perfect. So make sure that you connect with Yotis, with Yobi, Yobe Ventures, and that's YOBE. We will have all of Yotis's information and where you can find him in the show notes, so you can always go there and grab it. But he's definitely on LinkedIn. I've connected with you there, Yotis. He's on LinkedIn. Definitely send him email. Go to the website yobeventures.com. You can see all the goodness there as well as their team because I've already been in there checking it all out. And again, they're in my hometown, my birth town of Miami. So they're in Florida. Fellow Floridian over here. I know you're from Belgium, but it's great to
Yeah,
have
but
you in
you're on the
Florida.
four. You're on the four. You're 2 hours from Miami, so you're
I
still in
know.
Miami. Let's say.
Yes, we're gonna have to get together sometime soon and grab a lunch or a coffee. But thank you, Yoda, so much for being here with me today and sharing all of your wisdom and your insights. And thank you all for listening to Yotis and I on the Business Growth Spotlight podcast. If you're watching Yotis and I on YouTube, please subscribe and drop a message for him below. And if you're listening to us on Amazon, Spotify, Apple, or any of your favorite podcast platforms, and you can leave a review, please give us a 5-star and drop a review comment in there. It helps us share Yotis and his company, as well as all the value that he's brought here today with more people. And if you know of anybody that could use Yotis's, info, like wants more information about
Yes.
is capital for their business, then please connect them or let them listen to this episode. If you are looking to raise your visibility for your business, if you're doing all the things and you're feeling like you're just not getting the traction you need with getting in front of who you need to be getting in front of to serve your clients and more clients better, then please go to grab our Spotlight to Scale blueprint. You can go to spotlighttoscale.com/blueprint and get that. It's free for you. Go grab it, take action, and get moving. And Yotis, again, thank you. Thank you for being here today.
Of course, thank you, Eddie, for your time. And I was thinking, if I can say something, I was thinking about We should, you know what we should offer one advising package, do a contest, with the podcast and just give away, give away that for 1 month, advising with us at Yobe Ventures. I don't know. Let's work on that together.
Yes.
I would be happy to offer that to your audience. So that can be cool.
That would be so cool. So thank you. This is awesome. So for you listening, we have it coming, and we're going to give you more information about that. So definitely keep in touch with us. Check the show notes for that information as well as our social media. And yes, Yotis, you and I are going to work offline and figure that out and make that happen. So thank you. That's a great gift, and it's so appreciative. So thank you, Yotis. Make sure you connect with him. Go to yobeventures.com, and we will see you on the next episode of the Business Growth Spotlight podcast.